CBS 12 News at 11.
Missing off the coast.
The desperate search underway for a missing aircraft that disappeared near Boca Raton.
The battle over vote by mail is back.
Is the governor encouraging voter suppression then?
The changes proposed just in time for his re-election bid.
As an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States.
A piece of JFK history on the verge of disappearing forever. An exclusive look inside the secret Kennedy bunker on Peanut Island, empty and deteriorating. What will it take to bring a piece of Kennedy's Camelot back to life?
The news starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Liz Quirantes.
I'm Jim Grimes. We begin tonight with breaking news. A desperate search right now for a missing plane off the coast of Palm Beach County.
Police boats are searching the waters off the coast of Boca Raton tonight. That is where we find CBS 12's Luli Ortiz live right now. Luli, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Liz, well, right now we see what appears to be a U.S. Coast Guard boat just circling over here a few miles away from the coastline here from where we are. And moments ago, we heard a helicopter circling overhead, searching for any signs of life. But they did suspend that moments ago. They will continue in the morning. But again, those boats are out here searching, and they will be here throughout the night.
Happening now, a desperate search for a plane that possibly went down in the ocean this afternoon. It was around 6 p.m. when the FAA issued an alert for the U.S. Coast Guard to be on the lookout for a single-engine Lancer 320 aircraft, similar to this one you see right here. Authorities from Clearwater, Fort Pierce, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami using all their resources after the pilot took off from Spruce Creek Airport near Daytona Beach, but didn't make it to a small airport in Boca Raton. They're not identifying the pilot at this time.
And I just got off the phone with the U.S. Coast Guard. They're asking me to ask you if you do have any information, anything can really help with this investigation. They want those people to contact the District 7 Command Center. We have that phone number with this story right now on our website, CBS12.com. We're live in Boca Raton tonight. I'm Luli Ortiz, CBS 12 News.
Well, another plane incident breaking tonight. 3 people dead after a single-engine plane crashed on its way to Daytona Beach. FAA says the plane was a single-engine Cessna. It went down just 2 miles north of Lee Gilmer Memorial Airport in Gainesville, Georgia. First responders, they say the plane crashed into a ravine and all 3 people on board were killed.
Governor Ron DeSantis is kicking off a battle over mail-in voting again. Despite a smooth election for the state last November, the governor is calling for changes that would make it harder for Floridians to cast a ballot by mail.
Yeah, he claims that he will crack down on potential fraud, but Democrats are accusing the governor of voter suppression.
CBS 12's Jay O'Brien with Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Wendy Satori-Link about if she believes changes like what the governor proposed are necessary.
Are you confident in the security of vote by mail?
I'm very confident in the security of vote by mail.
In its current status?
In its current status, yes.
Wendy Satori-Link oversaw this massive undertaking in November. Hundreds of thousands of Palm Beach County mail-in ballots opened, tabulated, with minimal errors and no cases of fraud. Poll workers are now preparing for a second act, municipal elections on March 9th, and another high count of mail-in ballots accompanied by a steady stream of concerns.
The 99 phones in this supervisor of elections call center were taking the bulk of the questions last election, most of them on vote by mail.
Democrats accuse Governor DeSantis,
we don't want anyone to cheat,
of capitalizing on voters' worries to pass legislation that would make it harder to vote by mail, a process used mainly by Democrats this last election. The proposed changes, which would go into effect in time for the governor's 2022 re-election bid, include limiting the number of drop boxes available for mail-in ballots. That would even do away with these vans used in November September as rolling drop-off locations.
That would mean less people would have access.
It would mean they'd have to drive farther, for sure.
Sartori Link believes her office will adapt to any new legislation. They've already implemented some of the proposals, like monitoring ballot drop boxes 24/7. But other changes would present a much bigger upheaval, even after the state pulled off a smooth election just a few months ago.
The results speak for themselves, but we also can't rest on our laurels.
Is the governor encouraging voter suppression then?
Definitely not going to go there. That's it's not our place to talk about or determine.
You feel like you're in the middle of all this, though?
We do, and we certainly we let people know that we think things are secure as they are.
And all of this is playing out at a key moment. The deadline to request a vote-by-mail ballot for those municipal elections is this Saturday by 5 p.m. I'm Jay O'Brien, CBS 12 News.
Well, it's called the Conservative Political Action Conference. It's taking place tomorrow in Orlando. The keynote speaker, former President Donald Trump, expected to speak tomorrow. It'll kick off this morning. It kicked off this morning, that is, over in Central Florida. However, the attendants, well, they were quick to boo when the event director told them to start wearing their masks. Governor Ron DeSantis, he opened up that event telling conservatives Florida is an oasis, in his words, of freedom under his leadership, saying that we're leading by vaccinating the most vulnerable population first.
The one-shot Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine is one step closer to approval for emergency use. Today, an FDA advisory panel voted to endorse the vaccine. All committee members voted in favor of endorsing the vaccine for emergency use approval. The White House says up to 4 million doses can be distributed next week.
Researchers at the University of Miami are also working on another vaccine to make sure that you're protected against the UK variant. Right now, Florida leading the nation in cases with nearly 500. Scientists are concerned that people are rolling back on restrictions due to the decline in hospitalizations and cases. But they say now is not the time. Researchers also of the local Moderna vaccine say that trial will continue. The company says it's in the initial stages of developing that third vaccine specifically aimed at fighting the South African variants. It could be months before it's approved, and it's unclear if the current vaccine is as effective against those new variants.
While development continues, vaccines remain hard to come by, even for those who are most deserving, like our 9/11 first responders. An attorney who represents many of the 9/11 heroes says the state of Florida needs to set up a special hotline for them so they can make appointments for COVID shots, and they need to be given priority, even if they're not 65 and over. He says there are 68 known cancers that have been linked to the toxic dust people inhaled at the site of the World Trade Center terrorist attacks. These officers say they put their lives at risk to protect us and now need our help.
First responders, not just me, like myself, were there for our country and our nation when they needed us during 9/11 and subsequent to that. But now, when we're most vulnerable, we can't get a vaccine now for us.
We reached out to the governor's office, but we're still waiting for a response on whether the governor will create a hotline for 9/11 first responders to get appointments for COVID shots.
Local researchers want to know the long-term effects of the coronavirus, and they need volunteers who've already recovered from it. Florida Atlantic University scientists now bringing in hundreds of participants, hoping to discover a link between blood type, genetic, diet, or something else. The participants are also asked to undergo a neurological exam to see whether or not the brain could be affected long-term. Details on how to get involved, well, you can visit CBS12.com for that.
Ahead at 11, an important piece of history withering away. We take you on an exclusive inside look at the secret JFK bunker on Peanut Island and how officials are failing to preserve it.
And we're following breaking news. Tiger Woods gives an update 3 days after his horrific car crash. What we know about his condition tonight.
And it was a beautiful day out there today. Plenty of sunshine, nice comfortable temperatures. We have a great weekend headed our way across the state. It looks like we are going to really see temperatures warming up and plenty of sunshine out there. I'll break it down for you next in my forecast.
Breaking news tonight, golf legend Tiger Woods and his family posted a statement on Twitter saying he's in good spirits and they're sending out a thank you for the wonderful support and messages they have received over the past few days. Tiger is now recovering at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles after his surgery this week. The golf pro was in a rollover crash Tuesday, causing serious injuries to his legs. He was the only one in the car at the time. Investigators say they do believe he was speeding when he lost control, but they did not find any evidence of drugs or alcohol. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office needs your help trying to identify a man wanted in connection with multiple burglaries in Royal Palm Beach. They released a photo of the man they're searching for. We're told the last incident happened on February 5th. Anyone who can identify the man is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-458-TIPS, or you can remain anonymous by downloading the new app PBSO and using the See Something feature.
A deadly fire that consumed a motorcycle shop over in Fort Pierce has left a family in mourning, and police still investigating. 57-year-old Richard Benson, he was found dead inside Fast Frank's Cycle Concepts shop. The shop was destroyed by fire, and that incident happened at the corner of South 3rd Street and Georgia Avenue. Lisa Diggs was Richard's girlfriend. She says that they were planning a life together, but all of that changed the morning of February 17th.
Well, the person that I love is gone suddenly, and it just feels really empty. It's like a nightmare, actually.
The Fort Pierce community has also been shaken by his death. Flowers, candles, they've all been left outside that shop. Police say that this is now an ongoing investigation.
This landmark is a unique piece of American history that would typically be preserved for future generations. Instead, the JFK bunker on Peanut Island is in disrepair and caught in bureaucratic limbo.
Yeah, CBS 12 News was given an exclusive look inside the bunker. Chief I-Team investigator Mike Magnoli, he takes us on a tour and explains how officials are failing this important relic that dates back to the days of Camelot.
Walk down this dim, dusty hallway, watch your head, and mind the tricky corners, and you find yourself in a fallout shelter built for President John F. Kennedy. A bunker on tiny Peanut Island where the Secret Service would have brought President Kennedy if missiles started flying while the first family was in Palm Beach.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has maintained the closest surveillance of the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba.
The Cuban Missile Crisis in October of 1962 was perhaps as close as the world has ever come to nuclear war, so the president needed a secret, secure place from which he could continue to lead the nation in the event of a nuclear attack. It was never needed, but historians believe JFK visited at least once for a drill.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States.
In 1999, the JFK bunker became a tourist attraction run by a small company called the Palm Beach Maritime Museum. In 2017, their lease ended and the company folded.
And since then, we've actually taken it back, and we're trying to address some of the issues that we've had, like installing a new AC unit.
Joseph Anderson is the chairman of the board for the Port of Palm Beach, which owns Peanut Island. He says managing a tourist attraction would violate the port's charter, so they need somebody else to maintain the property and to handle operations, which is not as simple or cheap as it sounds.
Currently, we have estimated around about $5 million or plus in order to bring it back to where it's operable.
So this no trespassing sign has been here since 2017, and the hope is someday soon they'll be able to replace this with a sign that reads, "Access to the bunker by guided tour only," along with the multi-million-dollar price tag to get things shipshape. A new tenant would need to shell out for staff, security, maintenance, and pricey insurance, not just for the tourists at the bunker itself, but the boat to bring them across and back from the mainland. And the dock needs to be replaced.
That's why we're looking to the city of Riviera Beach to take the helm.
Riviera Beach's Parks and Rec Department is interested, so is Palm Beach County and the town of Palm Beach. But it's a risky and expensive undertaking with a lot of unanswered questions. Number one, would enough people visit to make it profitable? In addition to the bunker, there's also this Coast Guard station and a boathouse on Peanut Island. And those two buildings would likely be bundled with the bunker for whoever the new tenant is. You guys want to be the landlord, but you're looking for a tenant to come in and to run it. Is that about right? Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. I would say that's a fair assessment, and currently we are doing some house cleaning as we just approved a 15,000 land survey to get a legal description that would help us with the future leasing of that area.
Just this week, 2 high-level meetings were held to decide who will take over the historic landmark. But the meetings adjourned early, no decisions made, and the port says it will revisit the issue next month. Port Chairman Anderson says the bunker is a great destination for school field trips, and the boathouse could be a beautiful venue for special occasions. Unfortunately, COVID has put the kibosh on field trips and events, making the complex a tough sell.
I have directed that the following initial steps be taken immediately.
Inside the JFK bunker on Peanut Island, I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.
In celebration of Black History Month, the city of Riviera Beach is honoring members in the community who are making a difference. The city held an awards ceremony today at the Water Tank on Blue Heron Boulevard, which Mayor Ronnie Felder announced will soon have a Black History Month mural painted on it. This is the first time the city has held an event like this. Among the honorees, Steve White, who grew up in Riviera Beach and is being honored for his work as a publisher. He says this really helps bring out the positivity in the community.
We are a city who, unfortunately, oftentimes we receive a lot of negative publicity, and there are so many positive things going on in the city, and I think the mayor took it upon himself to recognize those people who have made positive contributions.
A total of 14 history makers were honored today.
All right, let's talk about the weather. Chief Meteorologist Vitas Reed joining us right now. And Vitas, boy, let's keep it going, right? Beautiful weather we've had up to this point.
Yeah, it's gorgeous out there today. A beautiful day. I had the chance to get up to St. Lucie County Fair. I loved it. Met my friend the camel, and it was great. And it looks like we are seeing nice conditions. If you're going to go out, head on out and enjoy the fair, or whatever you're going to do, go to the beach. I know it's going to be a great weekend to do so because those temperatures will be nice and warm, and we'll get plenty of sunshine as well. So you combine the two, and you get a great weekend all in all. So let's take a look at those temperatures right now. Looks like we're seeing those temperatures: 71 degrees Fort Pierce, 68 in Indiantown, 70 down in Wellington, 75 in West Palm Beach, and down towards Boca, about 76 degrees. It looks like a southeasterly wind at this time. No rain to talk about as we're seeing nice, dry, mainly clear conditions. Nice, beautiful full moon came out tonight, and it's just a great night all in all. As we see high pressure just to the north and west of us, that's keeping us nice, dry, and clear. This high pressure will continue to stick around for the next few days. Now, this high pressure will shift on off to the east, and as it gets on the east coast of the state, it's going to start bringing in more of the warmer air as we go through Saturday and Sunday. So we're actually getting an increase for our highs tomorrow. It's going to feel pretty good. So tonight's low, right around 70 degrees, mainly clear, cool northwest wind, but that's going to start changing out of the southeast as we get into tomorrow, and that's why those temperatures will be going up. It'll feel pretty good. Now, we are going to get possibly a little patchy fog late overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, so early risers may see a little bit of patchy fog the further inland you are, especially over towards Okeechobee and then down towards South Bay. Might be a little thicker, but then as the sun rises, it'll burn the fog off, and we'll start to get more of the sun out there. As far as highs, we're going to see highs right around 82 to 85, maybe 86 degrees. It's going to be warm, especially around over in Okeechobee, Indiantown. Look at forecasted high of about 87 in Belle Glade, 83 West Palm Beach, and then Stewart about 83 degrees. So we're looking at nice, warm, above normal temperatures for this time of year. And we're on that trend, and we've been talking about this trend the next 10 days, looking at temperatures mainly above normal, overnight temperatures even on the mild side of things as we go down the road. So we are going to continue to be on that trend. Well, as far as rain, we're below normal, and it looks like we'll see just a very minimal chance for a passing shower maybe on Saturday or Sunday, and then better chances as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday. But the weekend, all in all, nice, dry, and bright. Taking a look at your clouds and raincast, looks like we are seeing those temperatures that are going to be nice and warm, but nothing really as far as any precipitation going on, giving it just a very minimal chance on Saturday afternoon, and Sunday looking nice and clear because that big high pressure is going to continue to keep us nice, clear, dry, warm and dry throughout the entire weekend. But Sunday, we could get a little bit breezy, and that could create a little bit of rip currents out there on the ocean. So just keep an eye out for that. But Saturday is going to be gorgeous, about 83 to 85 degrees. Sunday, about 84 to 86 degrees in some areas. It'll just be a little breezy, like I said, going through the weekend. A look at your 7-day forecast in detail coming up.
Well, here's a look at Drone 12 flying over Jupiter Island. We'll be right back.
Hubbard Radio Stations, proud sponsors of the CBS 12 News Network, the one to turn to. Florida Honda Sports Report.
Boynton Beach resident Layla Andy Fernandez is back at home training for the upcoming Miami Open. The 18-year-old Canadian was just breaking through on the WTA Tour when the pandemic hit. But her difficult experience at the Australian Open a few weeks ago has given her more motivation than ever to thrive playing the game she loves.
I was just so happy to be back home.
After playing in the famous Abu Dhabi tournament in early January, Leylah Annie Fernandez was all set to compete in one of her first Grand Slams, expecting 2 weeks in semi-hotel isolation with 5 hours allowed outside her hotel room for on-court training. When she arrived at the Australian Open, that's when her nightmare began.
When we got there, the very next day, we got the email saying that someone tested positive from our flight, and that's when things just broke down for me. I think I might have cried a little bit. I finally realized I'm staying in my room for 14 days. I wasn't happy at all. I was not thrilled.
Fernandez took her anger out on her hotel mattress. An 18-year-old stuck in her room, missing her family a half a world away.
Thank God for technology, because I was able to FaceTime with my parents and then FaceTime with my younger sister, older sister too. And they're the one that kept me going.
Doing everything she could in isolation to stay fit and stay positive, until it was finally time to hit the court again after 14 days of isolation.
Today is officially my last day, my last night. I have everything packed, so here it is.
But that momentum Fernandez had going heading in was squashed along with isolation, suffering a first-round loss to Elise Mertens.
My body was just dead, especially the legs. But that's a lot of the players also felt that.
But it was not a wasted adventure, according to Fernandez. As much as the pandemic has stalled her young career, it's toughened her up.
Long live tennis!
And rejuvenated her love for the sport and her competitive juices.
The mental toughness is the strongest thing that you can have on the tennis court. I went through the worst so that I can do the sport that I love and enjoy it as much as I can. I felt like a 5-year-old all over again, touching the racket for the first time and just hitting my first ball with my dad. So hopefully this year that things will be back to normal as quickly as they can.
John Evanson, CBS 12 News.
Be sure to stay tuned to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert right after CBS 12 News at 11. We'll be right back.
If you see breaking news happen or have a news tip, call the CBS 12 News tip line at 561-881-0796.
It's going to be a fabulous weekend for outdoor activities. Whatever you're going to do, you can sit at the beach or take a bike ride or do yard work, whatever you're going to do. It's just going to be a beautiful weekend to do it. Talking about nice conditions, 83 degrees Saturday, Sunday, 84 degrees. And we'll see more sunshine Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe a thunderstorm on Wednesday, but we're seeing warm temperatures in those mid-80s. We're well above normal as we go through the next several days. So please enjoy your weekend, get out there, be safe, and always have a good time.
Well, airport security officials are used to confiscating all kinds of crazy things, but the TSA shared their top 10 catches of 2020, and a bizarre highlight among their finds was a baby shark inside a jar. Yeah, it's dead. TSA considers the preservative solution it was in a hazardous material. Other highlights include marijuana stuffed into a bottle of shampoo, a live smoke grenade, and a homemade cigar humidor that unfortunately looked like a pipe bomb.
Wow. So you just imagine somebody walking in and say, I didn't know.
I didn't know I had a baby shark in my backpack.
Yeah. Leave the baby shark at home.
Yes.
Yeah. And
all right.
the pipe.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join Terry Hornstein for CBS 12 News this morning. It kicks off at 5 a.m.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you Monday.
Indeed. Take care.